Solo.
Okay, so first of all, I need y'all to give it up for Promise, okay? Because I don't think the average person really understands what it takes to put an event like this together. I also think people don't understand the value that has been presented here today for the money that you have paid. And if you didn't pay, then you really don't understand the value. So I want for you guys to give yourselves a round of applause for coming out today, because it is important that you come up. And so one of the things that I used to do, and I still say it now, is to show up and show out. And part of that show up and show out is definitely in you making sure that you're not only in the building, but that you're taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you when you're in the building, right? So it's a lot of people that'll probably come out to stuff and they're going to get a little teeny weeny bitty of it. Some people came out because they wanted to hear a particular speaker. Some people came out because what they wanted to do was they wanted to hear a particular artist today, right? Now, the smart people that came out for the whole entire experience, right? Because you wanted to know everything that was going on and be involved with it. And you wanted to make sure that you knew the best of everything that you could get right now. So my expertise is in small business and helping them start up, and then also helping them grow, but then also in social media. And so one of the things that I look at is ownership, okay? So y'all know what it means to own something, right? Like they talked about it today. And so I changed what I was actually gonna say, because as I was sitting here listening to what everybody else was saying, I said, there's one big, gigantic, huge piece that's missing from everything that everybody is saying. So we got a lot of artists in the building, right? How many of y'all own your name? We got all these artists in the building, right? But how many of you own your name? Okay, we got two out of, I'm not sure. We got one like possible hand up in the back. He trying to act like he do, all right? So listen, in doing business, my role is to help people to be as successful as possible. And one of the things that I can say that people overlook all the time is their name. Like, that's why this thing is so important. So Janae and I were sitting in the back, and I had in mind exactly what I was going to say. But like I told you, I had to change it once I'm sitting here, I'm listening to the vibes. The reason that this is so important is because even if you want to look at this as far as Black people, how many people watch Roots? Y'all remember watching Roots back in the day? The biggest thing that happened in Roots was that Toby is what they wanted to call him, but his name was Kunta Kinte, right? And he got whooped and beat and everything because his name was important. So I want you to understand how important your name is. What you call yourself and what you align yourself with is so important, and we overlook that. So just think about this. How many people have even thought about the fact that you don't really own your name? Like, it's your name. You got a social security number to go with it. But there could be somebody else out there with your exact same name. And if they trademark it, it's a wrap. You can't own your name. So how many of y'all remember Tina Turner? Tell me what Tina Turner's real name is. Anna Mae Bullock, right? Now, when she got divorced from Ike, the one thing that she wanted was what? Her name. But why did she want her name? Because she knew that she could start from nothing and rebuild. She knew that that name that she built was more important than anything else. Now, you see what happened to Ike, right? Tina is living still. Tina don't have to sing now another song for the rest of her life, okay? She ain't got to do nothing because her name lives on, right? So what I need you to understand is that you could do all the copywriting in the world. You could do all of that. But the average artist doesn't even own their name. So you need to understand what you can and cannot do. And you need to understand how ownership makes a difference. So, and I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just going to give you some things. And I wanted to write it down just so I didn't miss any part of it, so that this way I could tell you, right? So when you're talking about trademarking, you can trademark your brand name, your name. You can trademark your logo. You can trademark sounds. You can also trademark a brand product name. You can trademark a brand service name. You can trademark a tagline or a slogan. You can trademark a podcast name, and you can trademark a course name. So when everybody's out here doing whatever they're doing, you might come up and you have some slogan or something that's real dope that you say, and then everybody starts saying it, or it's something that you say that's in your clique, right? And that could be something that you monetize. But you just out here saying it and it catches on, everybody's doing it, right? And then all of a sudden, somebody decides to put it on a t-shirt, and guess what they're doing? Making money off of something that you created. So I need you to understand as creators that our job is to protect our name. And so anything that you're putting out, what you need to do is be a legal business in the first place. So whether you're doing sports or whether you're doing music or you're doing none of the above and you just want to be a business owner, you need to go ahead and make sure that when you do turn into a business, and there's so many more things to this that go into it, so I'm not going to go in depth, but get that LLC. And the reason that people are telling you that is because LLC means limited liability corporation. What it means is that they're not going to come after you and your personal assets, but it does mean that now you can go ahead and start getting business credit in the name of your business. It does mean now that you can pay yourself and the people that are around you. It does mean now that you have an obligation to not just yourself, but to this business that you've created to be able to live up to it. So what I want you to think about, especially if we're talking about students, is the stuff that you put out. That content that you put out now, trust and believe somebody's going to screenshot it. Somebody's going to come back and find it later. And I'm sure you've seen all of these people that put out racist tweets or sexist things or something. And then what do they want to say? Oh, well, I was young. I didn't understand. I was 15. I was 16. I was 19. You knew you took them fingers and put them on that keyboard, right? Whether it was on the keyboard or whether it was going to be on your phone, and you typed that stuff in, but you didn't think it was going to come back to you. But those things hurt you later on. So I need you to understand, put out the type of stuff that is going to allow you to continue to make money, all right? So I want you to think about this. Whenever you talk about, let's just say you get the opportunity to be on a television show or somewhere where somebody's going to see you, it could be 30 seconds, right? And you say something real cool, or you got on a dope shirt with your name on it, continue to be in position, right? Always be in position, because you don't know who's looking at you. You don't know who's necessarily in the audience. Now, you probably know a good majority of people if you keep going to the same exact thing over and over again, right? But there's going to be bigger and better rooms for you to be in, and you don't know who's going to be in there and who's paying attention to you. And every time that you say that you're an artist, or every time that you say that you play sports, every time that you have the opportunity for somebody to put their spin on what you do, they can go back to what you're putting out, and they can always see the type of person that you are. Because I need you to understand, people going to talk about you regardless, all right? They're going to talk about you. Anybody been talked about? Okay. But the thing is, what are the people saying about you? So this is what I like. I want you to think about this. I always tell people, what are 3 words that you want to be known for? Like with this brand that you have. So mine is always colorful, confident, and quality. Now, is anybody in here that's never seen me before? Raise your hand. You never seen me, right? Did I give you colorful, confident, and quality today? So that's what I'm saying to you. Whatever this brand is that you're going to put out, you have to understand, specifically with sports, that body ain't gonna last forever. It's going to run out. It's going to. The important thing that I think that you have the opportunity to do now is, when I was saying, I was talking to Janae, we didn't have this opportunity then. You couldn't just essentially sell yourself, which is what you're doing. This brand that you're creating enables you to put yourself in a different tax bracket. And this is something people might not want to hear, but you don't necessarily have to finish college. You don't necessarily have to even go to college. You can always finish college later, right? And guess what? No matter how good you are, everybody's not making it to the major sports. Everybody's not making it, okay? So everybody's not going to be the next LeBron James. But that doesn't mean that you don't put forth the effort to try to do the best that you can do and make sure that you become a personality. So think about it like this. You do realize Michael Jordan makes more money for being Michael Jordan than when Michael Jordan played as Michael Jordan, right? The brand Jordan makes more money than he made being a star, superior, elite athlete, right? And he was going to have to stop playing at some time. But he continues to be able to make more money because of what he represented, okay? They even had to sue for the Jumpman logo back in the day. There was an issue with that. Now, everybody know who Megan Thee Stallion is, right? What was the problem that Megan had? Huh? Oh, well, she did get shot, but that's not where we was going, sir. Stay on track, sir. Stay on track with the business part of things. Getting shot is clearly a problem, okay? I wasn't expecting that. Okay, from a business standpoint, Megan said it's a what summer? It's a hot girl summer, right? Megan didn't own Hot Girl Summer. January of this year, Megan just got the trademark for Hot Girl Summer. So what do you think is going to happen now? Megan's going to milk Hot Girl Summer from now until the end. I guarantee you it's going to be all kind of Hot Girl Summer merchandise. It's going to be a Hot Girl Summer event. It's going to be all kinds of stuff that you will see. But this is the thing about Megan. Megan does what? What does she do? What's her occupation? Huh? A rapper, right? But how many other endorsement deals does Megan Thee Stallion have? Do you remember back in the day that it was plenty of female rap artists, but they wasn't getting endorsement deals? Queen Latifah is about to come back with CoverGirl again. So what I'm saying to you is your name is important. What you stand for is important. And the ownership of what you have is important. So this is why it's 4 people I tell you need to get in, but I'm going to throw in an extra one today because it's in the same realm, but it's definitely not the same. So I always tell people, an accountant, because you need somebody to count that money. And you need somebody that knows the laws better than you, that can finagle the stuff that you don't know how to finagle because tax laws change every year. You need a lawyer because you need somebody to read those contracts and put you in the best possible position. If any company tries to say, oh, use our lawyer, hoodwink, bamboozle, led astray, run amok, okay? Get your own lawyer. Get your own lawyer because then they're looking out for your best interests. You need somebody to help you with marketing, okay? You need somebody to help you typically with insurance. And I'm gonna throw this out there because we got a lot of guys out there. Listen, how do I want to say this in the most politically correct way? Think about what you're doing after hours. Think about that insurance. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Because anybody could come along and then they got you for the rest of your life paying for something that maybe you didn't want, right? So think about it like that. I'm gonna just say it that way. And then I'm gonna throw in the 5th person because I need you to understand that public relations is not the same thing as marketing. It's just not. And you don't understand that the public relations person's job is to take the ownership of what you bring forth and make other people want to buy into that. The marketing is there to say, look at me, I look good. Oh, I'm stunting. That's what the marketing is there to do. But the PR part is there to say, it's more to this person. You should pay attention to this. Like she said, they got a story. It's the reason why people want to hear from you. So get those 5 people in your corner. And then let me tell you what else you need to get. You need to get your family out of your pocket. And you might not want to hear that. Now, if you have people that are there for your best interests and understand that, okay. But this is the one thing I kept hearing over and over today. Family is good. I'm not even going to say great. Family is good. But if mama didn't understand that contract and mama told you to sign that contract, it's a lot of parents out there, a lot of uncles and aunties and cousins and all of the rest of that want what's best for them. And you need to make sure that they're not in your pocket like that. So pay attention to that. And this is why if you have and you start to build your team with this business, you will be able to be successful. And understand, it's more than just sports and it's more than music. So what else can you make money off of with this likeness thing, right? There's so many other things. I want you to think about yourself. If you think about yourself as a brand, you'll make sure that your merchandising is on point. Because guess what? You can always sell merchandise. You'll make sure, and this is an important thing that I want to leave you with. Start right now getting people to subscribe to you on some type of email list that you control. Because what will happen is it's direct to consumer. It's no need for you to have a middleman because you have control of the people that like you, the people that love you, the people that are evangelists for your music, the people that are going to spend that money on your merchandising, the people that are going to help keep promoting you. Those people, when you keep emailing them, they're going to be the ones to buy from you. So it doesn't matter if you're going to be an athlete, if you're going to be a musician, or if you're going to just be a regular business owner. The ownership of your list, in case social media goes down, is an important factor for you to continue to communicate to people effectively, all right? So that's what I want to leave y'all with today. Y'all good? All right. So at the end of my thing, I like to say I give it to the people. So people, what did you get today? What did you get? How you feel about it? How do you feel about what I said? Give it up to me. What you got?
Especially about the ownership of the name. I did not know that my son is an artist, and so that was great information from.
Okay, so now let me tell you what I need you to do. I need you to go and email businessclinic@elon.edu, because there's a business clinic that is with the law offices that Elon has, and they will help you to go through the trademark process so that this way they will put you in alignment with the different categories, because it's a lot of different categories when you talk about trademarking as far as what he's going to do, what he's going to sell. And the thing is, you got to be thinking future oriented. He might just be doing this one thing today, but then there will be things later on. So just as one more thing, you know how everybody's talking about streaming? You had all of these artists that in their original contracts, streaming didn't even exist. So you have to think about the future orientation of things that are going to happen technologically. All right, so this is my time. I appreciate y'all today. Please give it up for Promise. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.